Well, today is a very important day for college basketball fans. In fact, it's like Christmas in March. It is Selection Sunday for the NCAA tournament. Teams going to the big dance will be announced later today. That means jockeying to watch or listen to basketball all day Thursday and Friday when we should be working begins. So, taking time off, watching work, or taking part in the office pool, are they such bad things? We turn to the director of HR consulting for Von Lehman CPA and advisory firm, Darren Baldwin, who joins us to talk some office pool trash. He's with Business Courier editor Rob Dahlmeyer in the studio. Rob and Darren.
Peg, thanks. Darren, thanks so much for being here. This has got to be the quintessential office conundrum for everybody. What is one rule? What is the rule for what companies allow at this time of year?
Well, Rob, there is no one rule, unfortunately, that makes it easy for employers to follow this time of year. And I understand, it is a tradition that Americans have loved for so many years and they're addicted to. In fact, we call it madness.
Right.
So the idea of setting up a couple rules are going to kind of keep madness from occurring is kind of a farce. So here's what we think about when we talk to employers about how to do this right, is what are you setting up from an expectations perspective,
right,
and then how are you following through consistently? I mean, people are going to be watching the game either way. They're placing bets, right? And so they have an interest in keeping track of where things are. But this is no different from any type of stealing, per se, right? Cyber slacking, as we call it.
Right.
If I'm checking out the stats on my smartphone, or if I'm reading a book on my own time, is different than if I'm making purchases online with company property and Wi-Fi. So those are some of the struggles employees have with their employers, and what is consistent, and how am I following those rules?
So does it hurt productivity? I mean, we've got a TV in the middle of our newsroom and it's on all day, Thursday, Friday of next week. I mean, is there a way to know?
Well, there are actuarial scientists out there that are tracking every second, and there's some stats out there, and I've seen some of these looking like between 1.5 and $2 billion of U.S. productivity that apparently vaporizes this time of year. All right, Rob, so that is some of the conundrum here as employers think about how do we work through this. And it really is an opportunity if employers think about, hey, people probably want to watch this. Can we make this an opportunity where the employees can gather together in a break room or even stop work early? But all this depends on how tolerable is that with your business culture and with your customers.
So let's talk about business culture. I, of course, don't gamble. I don't watch sports, and I certainly won't be watching any of these games on TV because I'll be working very hard. What are you going to be doing?
Well, personally, I think what we'll do is we'll study the historical facts behind St. Patrick next Thursday. We'll be sipping a green beer and watching a game, Rob. How about you?
Yes, I actually probably will watch. This is really interesting. It is something I know that companies deal with, so this is great information. Thanks so much for being here.
Great. Thank you for having me, Rob.
I'm back.